about to take this thing out. All right, I'm starting up navionics, but we are completely off the hook right now. But the water is so calm that we can just chill while I get this set up. All right, I'm gonna start my cruise there. So we are going on navionics. Hey, how's it going? Are y'all ready to actually move off the dock here? All right, the tide is super high today. There was a nor'easter that blew through, and it dumped like, I don't know, maybe 8 inches of rain, but all that's coming down the river. So I had to put down the bimini and everything else. But I think we're good to go. I am going to put this down so you can see my controls in action. Yeah, we're out on our own again, Juan. This is gonna be fun. All right, so these are the shifters, these are the throttles. When you're moving very slow, like out of a dock, you only ever move the shifters unless there's an emergency of some kind. Just very slowly, extremely slowly. It's all about control. Man, we are almost to the very limit of this covered dock. It just dumped rain on us. All right. It feels so good to be confident in boating, because for the longest time I was scared, and that's not what I wanted. You should never be scared of your boat. All right, I'm turning. You can see I have these controls opposite each other. It's just little adjustments at a time to know exactly what you're doing. I am going to bump this up to where you can see more of what's going on with the boat itself. All right, forward. I'm trying to get a little bit more straightened up. All right, perfect. This is happening. This is happening. Just slow and steady, that's really all it is. Just little movements at a time. Don't get in the way of anything that could cause damage. Hello there. We're honestly going a little bit fast because I'm excited. So I'm gonna bring down the speed a little bit. How are y'all doing today? Nicely done. Thank you, JR889, or 887, excuse me. Go down to Mayport and have a beer on me. I'm actually going the opposite direction of Mayport. I'm going north. I'm going upriver. So I can go see the old dock. I want to see River City Brewing Company again. It's not torn down yet. It's just completely empty. But Mayport, you're right, is a very awesome area. I need to explore much more in the future. And now that I'm confident with this boat, I definitely will. Before I started driving semis, I felt kind of intimidated by it. I can totally see that. I see those big rig truckers with their semis, and I'm going to turn this around so you can see me now. I see big rig truckers with their semis, and it's, I imagine, a very similar type situation where, but then you have a trailer attached. I can't imagine. Can you imagine boats with trailers? How crazy that would be to control? I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that. I have much respect to semi drivers out there. Found out it's actually rather good. If you're good at it, that's all that matters. Great job, Seth. Between two other trucks. Wow. Mad respect, for real. All right, I need to focus on this because I'm doing maneuvers here. I'll come back to the chat in just like a single minute. I'm gonna bump up the speed a little bit, so nice. Okay, back down to idle. bump up on starboard side. Okay, okay. Easy. There's really, I hate to say it's easy because people told me that when I first started off. They said, oh, it's 2 engines, it's so easy. It's really not. You have to know exactly what you're doing, or else you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Obviously, that's the way most things are in life. Is they're easy once you get the hang of it, but getting the hang of it is the hard part. Wow, there's a glare out here I can barely see. Looks like a beautiful day, Captain. Yes, it is. Awesome. And I remember you were a newbie. Good to see you, and confidence now. Thank you. It's good for me to see me being confident now too. I don't know how much of it is true confidence and how much of it is me telling myself to be confident so I can make decisions that need to be made. But we're about to go through a couple of bridges. The first one is a train drawbridge, which is usually up, unless there's a train going across, obviously. Then this train drawbridge is almost always up. So that one won't be too hard. You just have to be ready to make some little adjustments and come on straight. So you can really enjoy your boat. I can. It's awesome. Way to be, bro. Badass as heck. Wow. Thank you. I'm nervous. Every time I do this, I get nervous. But it's so much fun. It's worth doing. So the goal for today, once I get out into the St. Johns River, into a place where I can actually kind of open it up, is I want to cruise at around hull speed. There's this magical speed where the waves coming off your boat kind of resonate with the boat hull itself. And that's called hull speed. And for this boat, it's about 9.8 to 10 miles per hour. And people debate whether it actually mathematically checks out. But I've talked with experts and everyone who says that yes, you should at least find the cruising speed for your boat and you can get a little bit of extra efficiency out of it. Because that's the one thing about these big 454s. Efficiency is not a word that can describe them at all. So if I can get just a little bit of extra gas mileage out of these engines, it's worth it every single step of the way. So I'm going to turn the camera around real fast so you can see this bridge we're going to. It's a railroad bridge there, which is up right now. If not, I would have to just wait and chill until... Welcome to Mexico. Thank you, Juan. Arrgh. Well, thank you. I don't know. Definitely not driving a boat. It's a little bit windy. There's not much I can do about that. Turn on the radio. This bridge here, a little bit of so I'm gonna rearrange just a tad. Really slow and steady does it here, but you need to be prepared 100, 200, 300 feet in advance. And really surprisingly, this part of the river is not a no wake zone. People zoom through here as fast as they want, and it gets a little bit sketchy sometimes. I'm not trying to do that today. Man, you can see that sign. That sign is underwater. That's how high the rivers are today. Just because that nor'easter came through and really pulled everything up. The rain, and not only that, but the pressure on the mouth of the river, pushing all the water into the river from the ocean, because this is a tidal set of rivers. It's a naturally very slow-flowing river system, and Hey, the bridge operator just waved at me, so that's good. So yeah, we pretty much made it through there with no issues. I run a 22-foot single screw boat. I'd love to try a twin screw sometimes, but not in close quarters marina for a while. Yeah, for real, it is tricky. But coming from a single screw, I think you're gonna get spoiled. Like as soon as you step foot on a double screw, you're gonna get spoiled, and you're gonna never want to go back. I think you can pick it up in less than like a single afternoon. I think it'd be perfect. All right, just going slow and smooth. Slow and smooth. Sometime moving forward, I have to call the bridge ahead of us and tell them what's going on. They're usually pretty good at opening up on time, but not always. They can sometimes take their time, but that's okay. Because we've got a full tank of fuel and nowhere to be. My goal today is to run for about 30 miles, and we'll see where that lands us. Obviously, I want to be back before sunset, so if it looks like the sun is starting to go down and I need to figure out something else out, then that's okay too. But aiming for 30 miles so I can do some fuel economy calculations. We've already been streaming for 13 minutes. It doesn't feel like that long. It feels like it's only been about 5. Do I ever intend to do the Great Loop? That is a very big question. Thank you, Seth. The answer is yes, but fuel economy, it all comes back to fuel because these things just drink through fuel. So the Great Loop is 6,000 miles long. If you don't know, that's a loop from where I'm at in Florida, or anywhere, honestly. But from here, where I'm at in Florida, you go up the East Coast into the Great Lakes, down through some tributaries into, I think, the Mississippi River, some river that will take you directly down to the Gulf, and back around through the Keys and back to Florida. And obviously, that is a very long cruise. Most people do it in about a year, and you have to really schedule it with the weather because you don't want to be up in the Great Lakes in the middle of winter. That's a recipe for disaster. But so 6,000 miles, let's say generously, we'll find out more today after I do the math, but generously this thing could get maybe 1 gallon per mile. That's 6,000 gallons of fuel just to move this thing around the eastern United States. At $4 a gallon right now or more, that's $24,000 just in fuel, not to mention feeding me and like anything else I want to do along the way. And that's a lot of money. I don't think it's impossible for me to be able to do that, but we'll see where that looks in a couple of months. Because you're right, I really do want to do the Great Loop. I think this is the perfect boat for it. But it comes down to money and fuel. This might not be the right boat for me to do it on, because if there's a more efficient boat out there, it might make sense to go to that. But I definitely do want to do the Great Loop. Thank you, Seth, for that question. All right, I'm about to call in. Are they on 16 or 9? Ortega River Bridge, this is Motor Yacht Big News approaching from the Ortega River, requesting an open. Let's see if they answer. If not, I'm going to switch to 9. I'm sure they have both channels on in their little bridge box up there. Ortega River Bridge. This is Motor Yacht Big News, requesting an open from the Ortega River side. Over.
This is Ortega Bridge here, copy, Captain. Just bring 9 up, stand 9, and get your open here shortly.
Copy, over. All right, they were on 9, so I jammed up the airways a little bit with 16, but we found our mark. So this bridge is probably about a quarter mile away at this point. And we're just cruising up to it because he's going to stop traffic for us and we're going to go through. It's going to be a good time. Slow and Patty, that's really all it is. If there's one lesson to take away from boating as a whole, it's slow and steady. All right, let's read a couple of comments while I'm trying not to get too close to these boats around here. What is your plan in the worst case scenario if I ever lose the boat? Wow, that's a question. Like lose the boat as in, oh no, it's going down, I have to leave, or lose the boat as in, oh, it doesn't make sense to have this boat anymore. Obviously, my life is worth more than the boat, so if it comes to any kind of emergency, I'll do what I can, but I'm not going to stay on the boat as it goes down. And if I have any passengers, I'm going to make sure that they're all where I am safe. I have enough life vests for like 10, 12 people. I don't have a dinghy. That would be probably worst case scenario there. Greetings from North Devon, UK. Wow, awesome. What time is it there? It's got to be like either early or late. Cold day out with no windscreen and a short sleeve shirt. It's actually not that cold. It's about 65 right now. I have some jackets lined up. I don't think it's too cold. But yesterday was very cold. It got into the low 40s, I think, overnight. It's very, very interesting. Yeah. So I know exactly where you are. That's creepy. I get the point. Awesome Hill living vicariously through you. Well, thank you. That's part of why I do these videos, is because this is the kind of stuff I would want to watch if I was just deciding I wanted to buy a boat and do stuff like this. So I try to share videos that are really the kind of thing I would want to watch and that I would find informative and fun and entertaining when I was at like the very beginning of my boat journey, because like we all have that level of expertise that only we can only teach up to that point. Oh gosh, they're opening for me. I need to speed up. That was a really early one. I didn't expect that. But we were ready for it. We're able to pick up and just go when we need to. How did y'all feel about that? I felt really good. Let's read some comments. Ramming speed. I hope not ramming speed. Get out of here with that. Looks like a nice day for a cruise. It is beautiful. Especially since my heart's popping a little bit. And it could be, honestly, 5 degrees colder and it's pretty comfortable. It's about 65 right now. Beautiful sunny skies. Gorgeous. I hope you can hear me okay. I just have a nice microphone or anything hooked up. I just have a webcam hooked up to my laptop. That's the other thing. Actually, eventually the battery's going to run out on the laptop, and I don't want to turn on my generator to charge it up. One, because the generator needs to be cooled, and two, because that would mess with my fuel consumption numbers. So at some point the battery's going to die on this laptop, but we still got more than an hour left. Yeah, my laptop says it's about an hour and a half until that happens. I just sit back and relax and go on with the cruise. All right. Greetings from England. Wow. Well, thank you. Greetings from Florida. Nice to see others boating. I cannot imagine how short the practical boating season is. Of course, like fishermen go out every single day no matter what. But just for a pleasure cruising, that's got to be a monstrously short season. But yeah, good for you. Getting wind noise. I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot I can do about the wind noise. Maybe next time I'm here, I'll have a nice microphone set up. But right now, you're just going to have to deal with the wind noise. I'm sorry about that. I may have to try this liveaboard thing next season with my 38. Oh, no, this live thing. Okay, Wisco Boater, I love your channel, by the way. I've been watching, MP Clifford is gone now, right? Or is that still an ongoing project? But my favorite one was the micro tug that you made. That was a really, really cool thing. So if you haven't checked out Wisco Boater's channel, he's got some really cool projects always about boats and always really cool stuff. Yeah, okay, can you drive that thing from inside? I can. Right now, only the throttle and the shifters are hooked up inside. That's a project coming pretty soon where I have to just hook up the hydraulic steering on the inside. But yeah, it's just a perfect day, so I don't think I need to go inside today. But that is a good question. No, Clifford is gone, the big red boat. I love that thing, but you can only have so many fish in the fryer at one time, I understand. Yeah, let's go up. Great view, thank you. Turn the camera back around. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm going up the things. How are the engines running? They are running perfectly. We've got just about 2,000 RPM on each, and honestly, I can pick up the speed here. The one thing with this boat right now that needs to be fixed first before anything else is the trim tabs, because getting up to like a good workable speed without trim tabs is difficult. Right now, we're pushing up into like the 2,500 RPM zone, and it's just sitting back. Like the stern of the boat is just sinking into the water. It wants to pick up over the water, but it just can't without trim tabs working. So once we get up to some kind of working speed, we'll see. Let's see how fast we're going right now. Any guesses? Put your guesses below. We are going 10 miles per hour. So this is pretty much perfect. Well, 11 miles per hour. I have it in miles per hour, not knots. I'm a landlubber, I guess. Call me whatever you want. But I'm aiming for about 9.5 to 10 miles per hour for maximum efficiency. Is a weird word to use because these engines are not efficient, but maximum fuel consumption to distance traveled ratio. Why are you touching the accelerators all the time? Because I'm adjusting the speed of the engines independently so I can keep it on a straight path without using the steering so much. For me, it's just a little bit better like that. Maybe I should focus more on the steering, especially at cruising speed. But you're probably right. Once I get the engine synced up to a point, I have this engine sync meter, which is really cool. But once I get them synced up, I probably should just stick with the steering wheel. So that's probably a good point there. Hey, Juan, buddy. You need to be out here sometime. That's my friend Juan here in Jacksonville. And you've been on the boat 2 or 3 times, but we need to get you on cruising. It's going to be so much fun. So is this my new liveaboard boat? I don't know. I don't understand the question. I've had this boat for about 2.5 years now, and I've been living on it for about 2. And I've really enjoyed every single second living aboard this boat. It is kind of scary though to take your house. This is my house, and we're half a mile from any shoreline at this point. It's a little bit scary to think about that, but it's under control. That's what this boat was built for. It wasn't built to sit in a a parking garage on the water all day. It was built to be out in the river, just like this. So that's, I keep on touching the throttle. I'm gonna try to use the steering wheel more. But that's what this boat was built for. And I haven't been the best owner in a way because I've been too scared to take it out. But now that I have the confidence and the ability to take it out, there's no reason that I shouldn't. But to answer your question, this is my liveaboard boat. It's not new to me, and it's definitely not new. It's 1970. But I absolutely love it, and I'm glad I'm able to take it out more instead of just liveaboard. Oh yeah, no, it's no, that's a little illusion. It's actually, we're about 12 feet off the water. Well, probably about 15 feet at the lowest point right there. It's about 15 feet from the water. So that's just an optical illusion. We're actually really high off the water. It drank gas like my 89 Sea Ray 390 Express, probably more, because this thing was built in the late 70s, so they had just gotten through 2 fuel crises, but they still hadn't learned their lesson. By about the 80s, they were finally starting to realize that, hey, we need to start building engines and vehicles that can actually consume fuel at a reasonable rate. So these are 454 big block engines with 4 barrel carburetors, one on each one, and it just dumps fuel in. Right now we're hopefully at maximum efficiency at about 9.8 miles per hour. Let's check again. But at that maximum efficiency, I keep on going too fast. I'm up at 10 now. Just pull it back a little bit. There, that's a little bit better. But at maximum efficiency, because it's never efficient, but at maximum ratio, we're probably getting about 1 gallon per hour. No, not 1 gallon per hour. 1 mile per gallon. And I'm including both engines in that number. The last time I measured, it was a bad measurement because I only went 2 miles. I was going super slow, but I was only getting half a mile per gallon. So your 89 Sea Ray may be more efficient than mine. I would, if I had to bet, I would say your 89 Sea Ray is more efficient than mine. Yeah, guys, it's just so much fun to be here, honestly. I am really enjoying this, and being able to share it with y'all is just great because the amount of wisdom that's in my comment section every single time I put a video is just so inspiring. And there have been a lot of times where I went to quit on certain projects, but I look through the comments and all of a sudden there's this magical message that just has the solution I was looking for, or some kind of uplifting positive thing. This is the best comment section on YouTube. You usually get all sorts of politics and ugly name calling and stuff like that, but not on my channel. Thank y'all for keeping it so great and inviting. Just really fun every time you read my comments and see them come in. Alright, let's see where we are. Let's see which path makes the sense. We're almost in the channel. So, in this big wide river, there is a channel down the middle. Not down the middle, we have to know where it is. But there's a channel that's been dredged out so that larger ships can come in and out. So even though this river is on average maybe 10 feet deep, there is one strip about 100 feet wide that's been dredged out with big excavators on barges that's been dredged out so that they can get boats like to NAS Jax, Naval Air Station Jacksonville, down over there. And because even though it's an air station, they still want to get their ships there. It's a strategic thing. Anybody who studies military strategy and theory knows exactly why it's important to have a navigable river for this earth. Twin 454s, yes! 32 gallons per hour, 18 miles per hour, that's pretty fast. So I can't do the math fast enough to see how many miles per gallon. I know miles per gallon is not the correct unit to use when you're talking about boats, but it's the way my fast. So that's the way I like to think about it. So that way, when I look at the map and say, okay, it's 50 miles from here to there, that's going to take about this much fuel, and it's going to take this long to get your cruising speed. So miles per gallon is the unit that I like to use personally, even though miles per hour is more traditional in the boating world. All right, did your boat come with the sink gauge? I'm actually going to, excuse me for a little bit, show you the sink gauge. It's that flashing thing right there. And if I synchronize the engines with each other a little bit, you can see it flashes at different rates. And the idea is to keep it a solid color. But yeah, that is a 40-year-old piece of equipment that came with the boat. I really like it. Of course, there are modern things I could swap it out for, but I really like that piece of equipment still works, and it's just a really cool, unique part of the boat. Wind is terrible for my audio. Again, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that this cruise. When I do this again, I really want to get a nice microphone set up so that it can block the wind. I'm sorry about the wind this time around. I can't do anything about that. But thank you for sticking around, guys. This is awesome. Awesomeness still works. I really want to add one. Yeah, you should go for it. I don't know how much it really adds to the boating experience, but I do understand the desire to just want as many cool like meters and gauges as you can get. If it was up to me and money was no object, I would have every single gauge. You know what's really weird about me is I like the older equipment with like the CRT TV screens and stuff, like the radar with the big old tube screens. I just love that stuff, and everyone's just throwing it away, probably because it doesn't work. The wind is gonna be terrible, I'm sorry. I should have thought about that before, but there's nothing I can do. Alright, we're turning into the tightest turn I've done at speed. We're inside the channel now. How fast are we going? 9.8 miles per hour. That is perfect. This is so much fun. This is what this boat was made for. We've gone 3 miles so far. My goal is 30 miles today. So we've still got a long way to go. Engine temperature is perfect right now. Oil pressure is perfect. Likely standards in Corinthians, the rules are a little different. Yeah, so I think, I'm sorry, Whiskey, I have been jumping through CC. Because they're fun and easy to work on, but for taking it out every day or every week, you really want the diesels. Those are the way to go. And it's still possible that a swap is in the future. That's a lot of money and a lot of time. And that would be the biggest project I've ever done. So it'd be a lot of fun, but it'd be pretty tough. Yeah, again with the audio, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. I'm sorry about that. Can you see this at all? We're right now. We're going north underneath the Main Street Bridge. And yeah, we're going up that way. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the audio again. I can try to lower it. Yeah, but then you can't see the boat. I need you to see the boat. All right, so sorry again for the wind noise. Absolutely hear me. How cool is that? Microphone. That would be so cool. I need to work on that. Or ideal cruising speed. Well, no, because I want to do the experience. I take down again sometime and slightly slower, and one is slightly faster. You can hone in on the cruising speed. Yeah. Alright, this is just so much fun. This is why I have this boat. Woo! This is so great. I love this. Wow, sorry. So I'm looking at the channel markers, and obviously green. That's one thing is I need to work for. I need to study. I need to learn how to read the channel markers, because the one mnemonic that I know is red, right, returning. Where you're returning to the sea, the red marker should be on your right, but I don't see any red markers, so that doesn't really help me. All right, we are still going through. I'll keep talking as much as I can. I don't know how much will hear me though. If you need to just turn off the audio and wash dishes or something while watching this, that's fine too. I'm still going to be on for more than an hour. Halfway through about 25. follow the charts. The charts will teach you everything you need to know. This is so much fun. Just I keep thinking about it. It's just so fun. But I can't do this. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the last video. That was entirely real. That's what I did for the last 8 months. But I was so scared I was going to break something, or even worse, hurt someone or myself. And that fear crippled me to such a point I couldn't do it. But overcoming that fear and knowing this boat was designed for this. This is what it's built for. It can handle it. And I know what I'm doing on it. Obviously, you need to always be learning and improving your skill. But I'm going to put I was about to say no wind, but you can feel the wind. You can feel the wind. And just control this boat. It's been hauled out already 3 weeks now. Yeah. When I was on the hard last winter doing the bottom job, that sucked. It was so sad to see the boat on dry land when it wanted to be in the water so bad. Temperatures are perfect still. We're in 14 feet of water. I'm just excited to be back in the channel. There was a really close call. First time that I took this boat from the Ortega River to River City Brewing Company when I first got this boat in Florida waters 2 years ago. I didn't know there was a channel here, and so I went over the shallowest part of the water. It gets to about 3 feet deep, and guess how much water this boat draws? About 3 feet. That was the closest I've come to any kind of disaster on this boat. It was my very first time in Florida waters. But with some blind luck, we made it through without bottoming out. And I don't think it would have been a huge deal. We would have churned up some mud, but I don't think that I would have made any props or a shaft. I'm just like experience. I'm just glad that I didn't worry about it. We made it through barely. And it worked just fine. All right. I'm going to turn this around so you can see where we're headed. And I just love them. I agree. I want to take this boat out more. All right. Checking the charts. We're still good on the charts. Nice. Still haven't beaten water tempo and ocarina at a time, so anything about yeah, man, I'm getting there. You know, getting the water tempo is a lot better than that. That's what our wake looks like out there. And that is just gorgeous. see that running wave behind us that's coming off of our bow. That's what's going to go forward, hopefully, just a tiny bit at this point. Now, downtown is in no wake zone, so I'm going to have to slow down. Unfortunately. One of these bridges, I'm going to have to slow down. But that's going to be fine. To 26 feet. So that's pretty good. I've got plenty of water beneath me. This way, the audio quality is very bad. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry. Next time I'm out here, I'll have a better microphone set up. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do about the audio quality. Get downtown, it's going to get slightly better for a second because I'll be slowing it down. All right, we're coming up to this bridge. We're probably about 200 yards away. We're going 9.6 miles per hour. Perfect speed. And the water is so high. It's high from that nor'easter that blew through here. It actually makes it a little bit easier for us in a lot of ways because that gives us more depth. We don't have to worry about bottoming out at all. All right, we're coming up to this bridge. You can see it right out there. That meter says we're 72 feet deep out here. I don't know how to read that meter. Sorry. Here it says, oh no, it's talking about cliffs underneath the bridge. Yeah, it's not talking about the distance underneath the water. It's talking about the distance above the water. Perfect. Okay, you can't see it, but the railroad bridge is up. So we can just cruise right past downtown. So hopefully today I can go further in this boat than I've ever gone before. Further north at least. That would be great. So I really haven't gone that far in this boat. This is going to be the longest cruise. But so far it's going great. I'm enjoying every second. All right. About 40 feet deep. All right. I'm going to turn this around so you can see where we're going. I really need multiple cameras too. I need multiple cameras. I need a better microphone. So Yeah, I don't want to fall off the boat, but thank you for the offer. Hey, Ben, can you hear me? Yeah, Ben, I've been reading your comments. Hey, how are you doing? Once I get past this upcoming railroad bridge, I have to take the speed down to a no wake zone speed. Because we are putting out quite a bit of wake. Man, this wind noise has to be bad. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about the wind noise, but there's just nothing I can do about it right now. This is just such a beautiful day. I love this. All right, let's flip this forward again so you can see where we're going. So we're getting very close to the old dock where I stayed for a very long time. You're still waiting on that car rebuild video. I'm sorry. Basically, I didn't rebuild them myself. That was basically just 2 minutes of video of me bolting on a rebuilt carburetor. That's not a very big video. So yeah, don't hold your breath. I got the video, it just wasn't that exciting. So I instead put out a much longer video about bigger things. That's also about the same time that I was moving from that dock to this one. So there was a lot going on behind the scenes. All right, once we get out of here, we have to drop down. All right. Dropping down to about 2,500 RPM. And you should be able to hear me a little bit better now, maybe. Can you hear me a little bit better? I hope so. Yeah, the sun's in the wrong place though. I'm not going to worry about that too much right now, or am I? So, okay. I just swapped around where the camera was so you can see me a little bit better. But unfortunately, my laptop's over here and you're over there, so I have to look back and forth to see what's going on. Yay, audio's better. At least it will be until after I get past the Main Street Bridge, which is right there. Because my main goal today is to take it up to about 9.8 miles per hour, which is where I have been for the last 30 minutes, and calculate the fuel efficiency afterwards. Take it down even lower. So there is the old dock, River City Brewing Company. It's still there. They haven't torn it down or anything. So it really begs the question, why did we have to leave so soon? But oh well. That's all I have to say is, I mean, they told us when to get out and we got out then. So we're coming up on the Main Street Bridge. And there is a super yacht docked beyond the bridge. So that's pretty cool. They come here and they dock on these sides. I don't know how they do that, like who they get permission from to do that. But these big, the biggest one was Shad Khan's yacht Kismet that docked right there for 5-6 months one time. It's about 350 feet long. So there's definitely a lot of places. Yeah, you recorded a video just so I can see my shame in real life. Thank you, Ben. I'm gonna go back and this video is gonna be public after it's done processing and everything else, just so people who missed it can see it if they want to. But yeah, thanks for sending that video to me to embarrass me even more. Yeah, sorry flights, the audio, just there's nothing I can do about the audio being so bad when I'm going fast. And we're coming up on the Main Street Bridge, and after we pass that bridge, we're going to go fast again. Fast being 10 miles per hour, so it's not so fast. But right now we're going about 5 miles per hour with no wake. So we've gone about 7 miles so far. So we're about halfway through this leg of the journey. At 15 miles, I'm going to turn back around, and hopefully that'll add up to 30 miles at the end of the day. It's been about an hour, 55 minutes, and we've been making pretty good time. This is not a fast boat, at least not if you are on a budget. Of course, this boat can go up to about 28 miles per hour, which is insanely fast for a boat this size. But you can hopefully just start to see that super yacht, top 5-2, as we go underneath the Main Street Bridge. It's just so awesome. I love this bridge. Like 15 to 20 knots. I don't know what the math works out to, but this boat can go about 28 knots at top speed at 4,200 RPM. I hate to think about the fuel consumption at that rate. So I'm gonna pull it back up to cruising speed, 9.8 miles per hour. Here we go. Maybe you'll be able to hear me slightly better since you're on a different side now, but don't hold your breath. All right. 2,300 RPM, 8.7 miles per hour. Higher, higher. Okay, 9.2 miles per hour. All right, I can live with that. I have a feeling once the wake catches up with us, we'll get back up. 28 miles per hour, 24 knots. Yeah, it's pretty fast. But I think you need a clean hull to do that too, and I don't have a clean hull right now. I need to pull it out this winter and scrape it off. It's not going to be nearly as big of a deal as it was last winter, but I just need to get it scraped off, lightly sanded, not completely sanded, but lightly sanded, and a fresh coat of bottom paint. That will get me to a place where this boat can be even more efficient. 9.7 miles per hour, perfect. We are cruising. It is just so nice to be out here on the water. It's perfect. Perfect. Yeah, dirty hull kills the economy, and so that's one of the things I can improve to get better economy is hopefully going at cruising speed like what I'm close to right now can help. And a clean hull, and there's a couple other tricks I could try, but this boat's never going to be efficient. It's just going to be what it is. An old gas guzzling boat that you need to empty out your wallet every single time you take it out. That's just a fact. All right, we're getting some vibration there. That's weird. I don't know what to do about that vibration. Yeah. Let's. Yeah. I don't know what to do about the vibration. Yeah, the weather is absolutely perfect right now. There's a cop boat. A cop just pulled over a guy over there. What are they doing? Hold on. There are two cops out there. I don't know what they're doing. We've been out here for exactly 1 hour at this point. Woohoo, 1 hour. 7.5 miles. Hopefully those cops aren't after me. Looks like you might be.
Slow speed, minimum weight, Captain.
Oh, thank you. When does that end? After the Heart Bridge?
Next bridge, Jeff, there's a Jack's game going on. A lot of traffic in the marinas.
Thank you, officer. We just got busted. Oh boy. So we were going too fast. I didn't know when the no wake zone ended, but we were going a little bit too fast there. We got busted by the police. Wow. So this is still a no wake zone. I was unsure about where it ended. But so there's the Green Hart Bridge, H-A-R-T bridge coming up, and the officer says that's where the no wake zone ends. So I just need to go very slow until we get there. And that could take a while at this point. Yeah, I know, right? They open it up all the way, and they wake me, knock my camera over while telling me I'm going too fast. But yeah, it is what it is. You know how it works. Got busted. He was nice though. He didn't tied up or anything, so we're good to go. He's circling back around again, but I don't think he has anything on me. He might be checking my numbers. He says there's a Jaguars game going on right now, which there is. There's a Jaguars game. There's the stadium over there, you can see. Right there, TIAA Bank Field. And our Jags are playing, and hopefully they do better than they normally do. The police boat needs to be the screenshot for this video. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, he was pretty nice. Like, a lot of times they can be jerks and like want to tie up, and that's the thing is, on the water they have the absolute authority to like board your boat and inspect everything if they want to. But he didn't, so he was pretty nice. Just told me to slow down, and I did. But that is the municipal dock. You are allowed to stay there for 3 nights in a row, I think, 72 hours. And it's pretty good. They've got electricity and everything else, and it's actually free to just tie up there. So obviously for a game day like this, you're going to have all sorts of boats out there. But yeah, that's why the cops were out, was because it's a game day, and they just want to make sure that people are yelling at. Let's see. I don't even know. Are the Jags winning right now? Let's look up Jaguars score. Hey, is somebody yelling at me? I could have sworn somebody said Cullen really loud. Hey! I think that's somebody I know. I have no clue who it is. I think that might be David Ruppel, who's a riverboat captain. Awesome. I'm going to look up the Jags score. Oh, we're tied with the Buffalo Bills. The Bills suck too. So it makes sense that we'd at least be tied with them, but still. when you're a Jaguars fan, you'll take literally whatever you can, because we are one of the worst, if not the worst team in the entire league. So I will take a tie right now with the Buffalo Bills. That's okay with me. All right, we're coming closer to the Hart Bridge, but this is excruciatingly slow right now. I just can't speed up because obviously the cops would get really angry if I sped up after they told me to slow down. But yeah, so I need to get to the correct side of this channel. But yeah, I swear that was somebody yelling my name. So that's really crazy. I mean, people. Epic Live, cops shouting. This is hilarious. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Okay, I just can't wait to open up the engine again because that's the whole reason I want to be out here. Let's see who's texting me. That was Ryan from River City Brewing Company. He and his girlfriend live on their Hunter sailboat. They are beautiful people. I love them. And so they must be at dock there. I only see one sailboat at dock, so it must be them. I'm texting him back. Enjoy the game. Boaters all know each other. That's kind of the thing. It's fun. You wouldn't expect just somebody halfway across the river to be yelling my name. I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. But yeah, it really was somebody I know. So go Jaguars. Hopefully we can egg out a win because we desperately need one. We've only got one win this season, 6 losses. We suck. But hey, it is what it is. Man, we're still about only halfway to the Hart Bridge. This is taking forever. It's going to throw off my fuel average, which is what I was most interested in. But oh well, there's nothing I can do about it besides just do it. A catamaran is coming this way, a big old sailing cat. So those are beautiful boats, but of course they're very expensive. And finding a place to dock them can be difficult because they need a double wide slip a lot of times. But I like catamaran a lot. If I have one for myself, if it ever made sense, I think I would. There's a lot of yelling going on from the stadium. Did we score again? No. Yep. So here comes that catamaran. That is a beautiful boat, probably about 40 feet long, but probably about 20, 25 feet wide. Big old boat, but they can be extremely efficient boats because that very narrow, the very narrow hulls, they just slice through the water. So, yeah. I'm struggling with things to think of since I'm not going the speed I want to right now. I have to figure out the best way to deal with everything. Okay, now I got something. There's a concrete block behind me back there. The first time I tried to take my family out on my boat with me, my grandparents, my parents, my brother, I was only on a single engine because I was stupid. And the boat died. The single engine died about right here, and we drifted over to that concrete block. I dropped anchor and everything else and called for sea tow assistance, but getting closer and closer and closer to that concrete block was terrifying because I didn't need power propulsion. But we made it out, but it was not fun in the moment. It was terrifying. But we made it out. I mean, yeah, it wasn't any quicker to make it out alive. But we made it out unscathed. The boat was fine. And I was able to rebuild those engines. As y'all saw, thanks again for watching all those rebuild videos. That was another project I really couldn't have conquered without your encouragement and everything else. So let's see how much battery we have left. We've got 32% battery on the laptop. and it thinks that'll last about 30 minutes. So in about 30 minutes, the stream might just abruptly die. That's because I just ran out of battery, and I just got this laptop. It's really good for editing, but it burns through battery. But it's fine. So red right returning. Should I be on the left side of this boat coming up? I don't know. This is a weird situation. It looks like it should be okay. But this is a trawler coming this way. I'll turn the camera around. It's close enough to see. But that's the kind of boat that's definitely going to be displaced by the hull. I don't know which way this guy's going. Okay, I see it now. He was doing some weird maneuvers. I couldn't quite tell where he was headed. But yeah, we're good to go. Hello, 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 solo cruising. Nice. I normally cruise with the bimini down. That's a good question. No, I'd prefer to have the bimini up, but because the water level is so incredibly high today and I left at high tide, I had to tear it down completely or else I wouldn't even fit out of the slip. It's a covered slip and it has this roof that slopes down. So I really need to be aware of how high the bimini is compared to everything else. So it's a good slip. It's nice that it's covered, but having the bimini up and down is annoying. I don't like that so much. And of course, going and going back and forth with the bimini all the way down is annoying because I have to like crawl underneath it. It gets annoying quickly, but it's okay. So upcoming is the Heart Bridge. After that, I can open up the engines and go as fast as I want to. That is the iconic bridge. It's the final leg of the Gate River Run is what it's called. It's a 9.5 mile run every spring, and that I've done it twice, and it is punishing both times. That bridge is the final stretch and right outside of TIA Bank Field. So after 9 miles of running, you have to run up this enormous bridge, which is normally closed off to the public, like for pedestrians. But they close it off and you run up, and it is brutal. It's like climbing a mountain. So there's an old junk boat over there. You can probably see it. Yeah, you can see it. That white boat is the Atlantis II. And it looks like just an old cruiser, like an old expedition boat. It doesn't look that important until you learn. That's the boat. It's the Drawbridge. It's where the shipwreck gets it's just a disrepair. It's been tied up there for years and years and years at this point, and it's sad to see it. But I think they want like extremely slow flowing river. So they into the ocean. So actually backwards. Saltwater mixed with freshwater. So you have to be really aware of the tide, low tide, what's going on. So close to being able to open up these engines again. I, for one, cannot wait. Yeah. All right. So close. Bump it up. All right. We are cruising again. Let's see where the deepest part of the river is here, so I can stay in the channel. I mean, it's 40 feet deep right here, so not a problem. Yeah, we've been going about 9 miles at this point. It's been an hour and 15 minutes, and we're going 10 miles per hour right now. So I've got 5 more miles to go on this leg, then I'll turn it around and come back. So I can move on 30 miles total is the goal. I'm just avoiding some crab pots. I still can't believe we got pulled over by the cops. How crazy is that? That was a heck of a lot of fun. I don't know the name of this next bridge, but it's a dark red one, whatever the name of that is. Hello from Canada. Hello from Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you for watching so much. We're having fun out here. There's a lot of crab pots. That's annoying. Yeah, this is why night cruising is not something that's high on my to-do list, is because you can't see these crab pots at night. If they get tangled up inside of your propellers, then you're in trouble, big time trouble. You can bend the shaft. At the very minimum, you've got to shut down that engine until you can get back home. So don't suck a crab pot into your engines. Or into your propellers. That's my advice. I'm sure the audio is probably bad again, and this is where I apologize again. There's nothing I can do about it this trip. I'm learning for next trip the best ways to do these things, because we're going to do this again. This is so much fun. We are in 26 feet of water, going how fast? 9.4 miles per hour. No, 10.4 miles per hour. That's not good. Bring it back down to about 9.5 so we can hit our peak efficiency. All right, it's been an hour and 17 minutes, 9.5 miles total so far. Yeah, I can tell that the audio is bad because people have stopped watching. We were at about 25, but it dropped off to 17. That's funny. So that's something I definitely need to fix. So many crab pots. So I'm pretty sure at this point, this is the furthest I've ever taken this boat. I've gone further on trip boats. I'm pretty sure this is the farthest I've ever gone on this boat. Which is pretty cool. And you did it with me. So thanks for being here. It's a minefield of these crab pots. I have to do like evasive maneuvers. Golly. How is that legal? Just to drop them wherever they want. You know what? I think I'm out of the channel. It's still deep here, but I think I'm out of the technically channel. So it's, even though it's 30 feet deep, I think I've just crab pots. So, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot happening. Smooth and steady. I love this boat. I love this boat. So awesome. So we've still got about 25, 30 minutes until my laptop dies. And I wouldn't go here as long as I can. I've got 22 minutes until the laptop dies. It's been a heck of a journey. And it's not over yet, because after I go 15 miles out, I still got 15 miles to come back. And I'll just put on some music or something for that. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is what it's all about. This is why I live on a boat, so I can take it out and enjoy it like this. This is so great. Wow. Woo! I don't even know the name of this bridge. So we are definitely far beyond where I've ever been before. I've been exactly 10 miles. It took us an hour and 20 minutes to go 10 miles because it took us so long to get through the no-wake zone. I'm bringing down the throttle a little bit because we're up to 10.4 miles per hour. I want to hit about 9.8. Come on, back down. All right, I'm gonna put on a jacket because this wind is getting to me. Nice. All right, I'm good to go now. This next 5 miles is just cruising. There's nothing to it. This is where it gets so perfect is because I can just go. I don't have to worry about no wake zones or bridges or anything like that. I can just go and I seriously laughed out loud. I love this boat. That's how cool it is. It's really crap too. I need to start watching your channel more religiously. I watch it every now and then, but Wisco Boater, I'm going to start watching every single video now because I love what you're doing with those boats. I'm going to start watching a lot more of that. Wow, this is just so fun. This is great. 9.9 miles per hour. We've gone 10.3 miles. All right. Sweet. This is just so great. There's only so many ways I can explain how cool this is. And again, thank you for being here on stream. That's made it so much more fun. It's like I have 25 people on the boat with me. It's just so great. I'm enjoying every single second. I am on top of the world. This is great. The only thing that can make it better is if I had a really solid anchor, chain, and windlass. I could just automatically drop anchor from up here and like grill on the back of the boat. And just drop anchor and enjoy the water. That's one of my next big projects is getting a windlass and an anchor, a nice anchor chain, so I can do that. Because I need to spend the night on this boat one of these days. Like that's something I need to do. I just need to do it, and I can't do that until I'm really, really confident in my my anchor system. So that's going to be expensive to do right, but it's going to be worth it because not only is it going to add a lot of value to the boat monetarily, it's going to add a lot of value to the experience of boating. I'm going to be able to actually do a lot more things, take the boat out for longer cruises, multi-day trips. It's going to be so much fun, and it's going to save me a little bit of money on dockage fees probably too. So that's going to be really fun. Yeah. What am I going to do the raised garden thing? I am going to do that in the spring then, because yeah, I know I said that last spring too, but it's true this time. I'm going to do some gardening beds hanging over the sides of the railing on the boat. I think that can be really cool. We can plant some peppers in there. Yeah, I know you like your peppers. Woo! You're going. So cool. Let's check, make sure we're still on the channel. I'm a little bit. Yeah, I'm still on the channel. Looks like I might be able to make it all the way. What I'd like to do is I'd like to make it to that big turn in the river. There's a point where it makes a big turn. I'd like to make it that far. It just depends on where the 15 mile mark comes. That's gonna make the biggest difference. Are you happy now? I'm sorry about that. I mean, it fits both ways. It's designed to go both ways. But I can see that. Low ramps. Thank you, I got it. But yeah, that thing is like, it's super old. Yeah, it's super old. The maps are extremely outdated, and it doesn't even talk with the GPS sending unit correctly. It's basically junk. I need to get rid of it and figure out a better solution. For right now, just Navionics on my phone is fine. I should have put it on back upside down just to have some fun with y'all. So funny. All right, so we've got 11 miles now. When you're actually going at like a good pace, you can make good time. This is great. I'm going to turn this around again so you can see our weight. And you can also see where the bimini is folded down. It's hard to get underneath there, but it's going to be just fine. If I had somebody on the boat with me, I would tell them to put it up and take it down. It's just me today and all of y'all. But I don't think you can reach out and put the bimini up for me. But it's a beautiful day. It's just a little bit chilly. It's like 65 degrees. But it's not bad at all. So the only time I've been this far on a boat before was on a sailboat, my buddy's sailboat. I made a video about it a long time ago. It's the Hunter 33.5. I don't know. You can scroll through all my videos and see one of the very first boating videos I made, which is a beautiful boat. And if I ever had a sailboat, I would want it to be a Hunter because they're just really solid and surprisingly affordable too. But that was so slow sailing this distance when we were going probably about 4 or 5 knots instead of 10 or 11 like we're doing right now. It took us all day to go from River City Brewing Company all the way to the Atlantic. And then we only spent like an hour out in the ocean and then we came back. And it took us another day to get back. But that's definitely one advantage of power boating is it's a lot faster. I mean, I know, right? Shocker. All right. I got out of the channel a little bit because I was distracted, but it's still plenty deep. We're at 14.5 deep. This boat has flat sides out the wazoo. This thing would reflect back probably 3 times bigger than it actually is. This thing is not still. And that's why I didn't do it. It would be hilarious, but are we back in the channel? Yeah, we're pretty good. Back in the channel. So let's see how much time my laptop battery has. We got 13 minutes left on the laptop battery. 13 minutes left on the laptop battery, so it's probably going to cut out unexpectedly. I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll sign off for you. I'm going to just let it run until it dies. I need a bigger, I mean, you can't swap out batteries on this laptop, so what I need to do is get some kind of battery bank or something, something that I can charge the the laptop from as I'm going. That would be really cool. But that's definitely a future project, because right now, I think that'll be close to 2 hours of streaming. That'll be fine by me. So glad to see the train. Yeah, there are no stealth capabilities in this mode. It's from 1978, by the way, not even the 80s. Disco was still a thing when this mode was new. Alright, it's been 11 and a half miles. We're making good time, we really are. This is awesome. Woo! So that is Jack's port. That is our shipping port. And yeah, it's definitely not as big as a lot of other ports in the United States or the world, but a huge chunk of our economy comes from those ports. So that's put Jacksonville in a pretty good place. I honestly don't know why it's not a bigger thing, like why the port doesn't have more traffic through it. Because there's not a single container boat on there right now. They're all unloaded out of here. Even though there's that shipping crisis going on, Jack's port is empty. I don't know like why that would be. The logistics just don't make sense to get the containers off going somewhere else. We have CSX headquarters here, so it's not like rail lines aren't here. I'll stop talking about shipping logistics, okay? How about that? Yeah, the engines are running smooth. It is beautiful. They're running at about 2,500 RPM. Really, I could not ask for anything else out of these engines right now. They are perfect. Alright, I got a battery warning. Yeah, so the laptop's about to die. Got about 10 minutes left on the laptop. But we're just gonna have fun until then. Woo! So if I was gonna go all the way to the ocean, up to the Atlantic, it'd probably be about twice as far as we're going today. So it would probably be about 35 miles from my dock to the ocean. I don't even know if I would want to take this boat in the ocean. Then you have to worry, like this is brackish water, so it's got some salt in it. When we start mixing like actual salt water into the fueling system, we start to have some issues. Because that will corrode the steel and the metal parts of the engine. And like once you start going into salt water, you have all sorts of new issues. But before you get up to the Atlantic, you get to the Intercoastal, which obviously that takes you all the way down to the Keys or all the way up to like New England. So forget about the ocean. Where this boat belongs for long journeys is on the Intercoastal. And one of these days, I'm gonna take the day, wake up at like 7 in the morning, and go to St. Augustine. It's about 65-mile journey. So at 10 miles per hour, that would take 6.5 hours. But it would be totally worth it. And there's no reason this boat can't do it. It would be expensive with fuel, but there's no reason it can't do it. Flush your engine with fresh water after your next trip, people. From your engine. That's really good advice. Yeah, I haven't done all the research into it because I don't plan on going out there too often or very soon. But before I do, I want to eventually just for fun, right? Like to take your boat out into the Atlantic Ocean. That's pretty cool. But yeah, you're right. I guess you'd install some kind of valve system where you could. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research because that could be really, really cool to have an inbuilt flushing system. That was the main shipping port. That was Jackson. They're calling it Jacksonville shipping port. We didn't take any shipping ships there. It was completely empty. It was containers out there. laps on that. Let's see how far we've gone. 12.5 miles. Going perfect 9.9 mile per hour speed. And it's going to be crazy to see how much fuel this thing drinks. It's going to be at least 30 gallons, probably closer to 40. It's going to be a lot. And marine grade fuel is not cheap, but it's worth it. Yeah. Woo! I got some cold tank storage over there. For like crude oil and stuff like that. Like gravel and stuff over there, and there is a ship docked down there. But so yeah, this is the industrial part of the river. Got 6 minutes until the battery dies. Yeah, we're going. We're really going. Temperatures and oil pressure are just perfect right now. Up to 140 on the intake manifold.